We read about the pipes. Send pipes back to Olege. Possibly reuse in Lab 7. The Billix oil tank. This is from Smollax, based on the writing. To Ymir Deheli. I apologize for the delay with the construction work on the Falitsu Dome. Not only have the sea levels risen around the Falitsu area, but it appears the heat has something to do with why my men seem so anxious as to the very thought of stepping foot on those old Felician wooden walkways again. The suns turned their minds into Malaya dung. All they talk of is the voices in their heads whenever they step foot on the decks here on Uluje. Those damned vines are also causing havoc with the scaffolding there. Maybe they can help bring down the rest of that wretched Felician mess hall, or whatever it used to be. No matter, Karatal Volka beckons. And thus we shall answer and continue our work. I'm hoping the current state of the dome's technology is providing significant progress in your search for alternative power sources. I'm looking at strengthening the power of the blue crystal fences too, not only at the dome but other areas of Neyyah Site 28. The vines seem eager to burn under them, rather than retreat back to those cursed waters. The elevator sector seems to be a stronghold against any natural forces. Those towers there are strong and perfect for protecting such important devices. Meanwhile, although I require a new team to conduct the research required to get such work underway, I'm quite eager to pursue matters in regards to finding alternative uses for the Blixie tank's oils on Falitsu Island. The old contraption needs to be brought down and new systems put in place to make use of that oil. While I understand you are quite preoccupied with other materials on Neyyah Site 28, if you do have a free moment to check what the levels of the tanks might be, inform me and I'll see to putting some construction plans in place. I've also ceased work on the railway system linking the Lavandis Crystal coastline and the Jalud station area of the arrival sector, for reasons I previously mentioned. While the Neyyah spores are fruitful on Neyyah Site 28, the place has caused me nothing but trouble. Let me know if the rail cart system is powered enough to get from one side to the other. The Baynox Eye portal seems to be running at full capacity now. I just hope the propulsion mechanism currently installed on the rails doesn't make it too much of a bumpy trip. A stronger fuse system will suffice, placing the current Jalud fuse station installation required at the cart. I believe Neyyah Site 28 holds the key to evolving our technologies in ways we haven't thought possible. More than just throwing old Falitsu roots in cases of chemicals and hoping to see what power is squeezed from them. The more we can strip away at the Felician corpse that continues to fester below our sanctuary, the stronger we will be, the closer we shall be to him, Smollax. Second part of note. The current symbology depicted in the Billix tank emblem, where Uluje is joined with the lands of Felicia, creates a bitter taste in my mouth. The current symbology depicted in the Billix tank emblem, where Uluje is joined with the lands of Fealta. Okay. We shall definitely revise this design once I have plans for a new system in place. I'm excited to push forward with the ideas of how the oil can be used more effectively for all our purposes here on Uluje. I want to get just that, because that's defining some things here that I don't necessarily understand. Also, I'm certain we had one of these oil canisters left behind by our betrayers. Maybe they took it with them when I threw the last of their damned souls into the Quilivian. Cool. Hate that. Felician Nudger. Cart departure. Return to the sleeping tower area of the arrival sector. Retractable buffer stop. Cart arrival at Lavandis Crystal coastline. Elysian rail track. Hoping to remove the nudgers from the rail system once the old rail is fully demolished. Once fully operational, I can approve other rail systems across Neyyah. So we don't need the nudgers anymore, apparently. Okay. And then we had one more drawer of notes. Another one from Smollax. The Malaya cats and the Irelta gun. The improvements you've made to the Irelta gun are the finest I've seen in a while. I've noticed a far clearer and sharper aim when hunting down the Malaya cats. Oh no, they're hunting them! I've not organized a hunting expedition on Nayashka site for a while, as their population seemed to dwindle there compared to the other areas of Fealta. While I prefer the marble white walls of my temple, catching these plated beasts across various terrain below distracts me from the arduous work taking place at the Rolanda temple. After the betrayal and the battle which followed, they seem to have fled further into forested areas. Do not threaten, my dear Vamir. My Zrelta only fires tranquilizers. I'm aware you don't agree with animals being experimented on, but in my eyes, it's no different than your plant tests. Once unconscious, the plated beasts are brought back to Ulage and marked. This way, I'm not repeating the procedure on the same animals. Maleva cat's blood seems to contain a property which, when mixed with quilifim, accelerates the plasma generation of the Laflomium portal. I honestly believe this cat will be the answer to speeding up our work, ridding ourselves. Damn, just sucking the cats dry. Curse place, one and for all, and returning back to him. Let me know if you wanted to organize any hunting expeditions down on Nayashka Site 28. You would be most welcome. Maybe you'd wield the Raelta better than I can. Irelta. I'm always up for a challenge, my dear Vamir. Smollax. Bastard. That was everything to read here. And then we have one more book to read. That is the symbol that is above... Oh, that is above on that tank there. And then that is the symbol that is on all our machinery. And this does kind of look like what is on the water tank diagram. But I still don't know what any of this means. Can't turn any of this off. Maybe I can turn it off from down below. I just want to take... Why would it let me see these individually? It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Because I've already put the fuses that I picked up into the plate. Maybe I can take them out. Maybe I can take them out and I come back here and it's fine. We sit in the chair. Banox Computer Systems, we do all the things. So we've already read that one. Let's read what's on this display. Neyyah Platinum System 1. I don't recognize this. Activation status, binocular activity, okay. The Neyyah Platinum series is the perfect cradle and elevation machine for any type and size of Nayashka plant. The machine comes with reinforced Nixalia metal and Pelorian plasma tubes, sustaining large distances between the ocean portal it may be required to travel through in order to grow and deliver spore production. Okay. It will rest at a more elevated position above the heater system, more so than any of the previous models, generating a much more successful spore harvest. Once the Neyyah is fueled via the activation cabinets, a two-part symbol is successfully transferred to Neyyah Platinum System 2, and the Neyyah will take less than a minute to reach the point B destination. Fuel for the activation cabinet system is required to be powered from a remote location to the Neyyah itself. The key, safe box, and activation cabinet for fueling the Neyyah will be provided to you in a couple of days before the main machine is shipped. Okay. So binoculars inactive. Two-part one. Awaiting simple connection with Neyyah platform. Destination classified. So this not done. The diverter tower on arrival sector continues to provide a strong signal, enabling a successful transmission of symbols to the binoculars connected to the Neyyah Platinum System 2. The Elapolite shield is now nothing but a ruin looming above the diverter tower like a corpse, and those binoculars stationed at the watchtowers nearby serve no purpose anymore. While this continues to provide a steady source of power for the Neyyah, I do believe it would be wise to consider constructing a brand new system, one which has not required old Felician technology. I did appreciate the understanding and cooperation back when I decided to lay down plans to construct the ocean portal, but after what they did to us, Vamir, anyways, make sure transmission from arrival sector to HQ lab sector at the diverter tower remains strong for the Neyyah operation to be performed successfully. Huh. Activation status says we've got nothing. I'm barely understanding what's going on there. And there's nothing else out here. Now, the Neyyah activation console is powered. Somehow. I don't know where that is. That's the big computer system. Let's take a break from reading. Let's read some video messages from Smollax himself.
Vamir! My old friend. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I assume you're down there on Neyyah Site 28? Working hard, I hope. Looking at recent deliveries from other Neyyah sites, I'd say some serious competition is coming your way. Also, just a reminder, if I don't see progress on the dome's construction, I will hold you personally responsible. Maybe it will put the half-baked brains of my men at ease, knowing the curse has been lifted. Their foolish falsehoods of whispered voices can finally be extinguished. Now, while I admire your search for alternative power sources besides the Paeta, I feel you are getting too close to that Validian. Go now, my dear Vamir. I await your report on the Philitsu routes.
Wow, that was a great performance of a right jackass. All right, I can't wait to hear more from you.
The Neyyah spore.
Oh, I can't even see it.
Beautiful.
Show me.
Powerful.
Come on.
Potent. Wouldn't you agree, my dear Vamir? We must conserve the Galithium, and yet we must up the dosage for the well-being of the people. Perhaps the Neyyah plants are getting zapped by Zypherfish, or maybe the spores are releasing too early. You should double-check the heaters. Or maybe the spores are randomly getting weaker, their power withering, their potency waning, for no reason at all. Neyyah Site 28 is losing its power, Vamir. It must be, because the Ologerians are forsaking the spores. If you can't find a way to increase the potency, I will sink your beloved Neyyah beneath the waves. Check the tank for Zypherfish and eradicate them. We can't afford interruptions. Not if we are to finally be reunited with him.
All right, bud, whatever you say. I'll go check for fish.
It finally happened. Didn't I say it'd be unwise to keep that wretched portal standing? The debris doesn't concern me. It could have affected the spore farming systems. We were lucky. This time. My workers speak of whispers and believe the site is cursed. What happens when they refuse to maintain the Binoxi Eye portals? Who will step in then? You! Myself! My focus lies here in the temple, at the Laflomian portal. As should yours. The Yopalesh was but a means to an end. That technology faded away years ago. It's true, the Yopalesh did serve us well for a long time, and the Pieta remained in great condition after its transit from the factory to the temple here on Olajay. But now, the Pelorian portal at the old factory, it's in ruins. It's a twisted mess, a corpse, shaped by the greed of its creators, swallowed up by the ocean. Eventually, everything they ever created will fall. Who was it? One of my engineers mentioned to me the last time he was down on site. Oriane. That name sounds familiar. Does it mean anything to you?
Ominous music all of a sudden for some reason. I don't know who Orion is.
He graces me with his presence. His machine breath enters my dreams now, more than ever. We are getting close for me. The time is fast approaching where we will once again sail back through the silver rings and be old with our home. Bragnarian. But we need more power. The Athlomian portal remains stable for now. Despite the tremors, we can do this. We have to. Keep me informed about Nyashka Site 28.
All right, those were enlightening, I guess, kind of, question mark. Sure, bud. That definitely helped me with literally anything that I needed to know about. All right. Main computer system. Lots of reading. Powered by the servers on your homeland and named after the masters of our bloodline, the Banox computer system will enable you to access various points of information connected with the Nashka sites you are working on at the planet of Feamor. Okay, the Banox computer system receives data closely linked to the successful operation of all Nashka sites. This includes Holtish data, portal status, power and activity, a variety of console machine statuses, email correspondence with your lord, he's the lord, plus other connections to the Rolanda temple. Kerta Volko watches down on you. That's their god, apparently. With machine breath, he thanks you for the harvest of the Nyashka spores and doing your part to bring a broken world closer to him once again. After the betrayal of the Fizaltians, the land of Fizalta and the rest of Feamor was left for us to upgrade and change as we saw fit, under his eyes guiding us. I'm gonna sneeze again. We came to this planet upon one landmass. Now we have access to various lands through the use of old and new portal systems. While some of the technology belonged to the Valetsians originally, we strive to make it our own and to make it better. As workers of the Nyashka sites, you have access to these wondrous creations. They're your passages across the surface of this planet. Select a portal to find out more about them and their specific activities connected to your Nyashka site. Okay. So that's an eye portal. The Benoxi eye portals were created in Olajay and serve as a means to travel between the 5 zones of the arrival sector. They're travel ones. They were all once connected as one big landmass, making it the biggest area to exist on Site 28. However, in order to protect the recent operations conducted at the Fletsu Dome, due to rising sea levels and increasing climates, the land was separated and linked together via the use of these Benoxi eye portals, named after the creatures whose blood runs through the veins of our master. We believe Kertavolta watches through our worlds, gaze upon his heart, which stays blah blah blah. Including craft portals. 21. Sorry, sneezing again. There's a little plus symbol next to that one, but it isn't on any of the other ones. This is Miheli portals. I don't think I've seen these. Brought to the design board as an idea by Smollax Mehmet and Vamir Deli, they helped brought to life with the technology available at Bannock Systems, Zerelia, South Uluje, and Mihil portals, is still being prototyped across various Nashka sites. Built horizontally as opposed to all the other portals used for Nashka sites, they operate better when charged by water. A good recommendation would be an old abandoned area of Felician design which can be filled with seawater. They're expensive to manufacture and should be used for specialized operations, because we can like drop down into them. The ocean portals have been developed at Banoxy Systems and Smollax Mehmet, aid in the process of Nashka Spores harvesting. The Colossal Project, taking the shape of Nashka Spore Pool collection area of Nashka Site 28, a while before the betrayal commenced. Before the betrayal. Since then, the ocean portal, there's one. No, there's four. Along with the powerful Neyyah systems, have evolved in their design and technological power. Elevator Sector has a small ocean portal installed protecting the Nayashka zone. So I think this is what we saw sitting above that big portal. Where was it? What is it called? Is it the Nayashka Pools? It was the Nayashka Pools. Okay, alright. Then these are the normal ones. Pelorian portals. The Pelorian portals serve as exit points for the camera sector, elevator sector, lab HQ sector, and arrival sector, connecting to the central area of the Nashka Spores collection pools. Pelorian portals still use the original Pelorian flower ingredients in its plasma. The real power of these portals now derives from the Kahlua crystal pods, creating faster transit to location. A plasma ring is required for these portals to work. They were built around the same time as the Toledo portals, once the Felician separated the original land using the Volk Tower technology. While this ancient technology still remains a mystery to us, it is certain that the Felecia, still receiving power from these bizarre structures, they have pushed our ideas forward in evolving powerful and efficient teleportation devices of our own. Same time as the Toledo portals. Do we have Toledo portals here? That's Spinoxy Eye portals. That's a Spore Pump. These are Toledo portals. And these are the symbol. Okay, got it. The Toledo portals originate from ancient Felician technology and history. There are 4 on Nashka Site 28, which connect Arrival Sector, Camera Sector, Elevator Sector, and Lab HQ Sector to the central Nashka Spore collection pool areas. These portals were successfully manipulated on Ulage by a man named Kledos, who managed to route a Payeta power-based electromagnetic pulse through the lens of a Payeta portal known to Ulagerians as a Jituk. Problems have occurred, however, with the nearby marine life which populate the current position of the Nayashka heater chamber. Their own natural electromagnetic charges have become an interference with the Jituk technology, while also becoming a burden on spore collection in general. The heater chamber has since been sealed off, all Toledo portals operate without Jituk's technology in order to sustain strong portal power, except one portal which can be alternated between 2 locations, one being the remaining spore docks on Nayashka Site 28. That's interesting, okay. Going back to the Spore Pump Delivery portal. Over time, there have been changes to the methods in which the spores from Nayashka plants have been transported back to Ulage from all the Nayashka sites on Feymore. The Yol Pesh on Nayashka Site 28 remain as a prominent feature and useful delivery system for Ulagerians. The main purpose was delivering Payeta to specific docks set out across Feymore, but after the betrayal, spores took priority and Payeta have been manufactured on Ulagerian labs ever since. These Payeta storage stations became spore docks, now linked directly to the Nayashka Spore collection pool area of most Nayashka sites. They've all been fitted with a spore pump delivery portal, sending collected spores straight to Ulage. They remain switched off until a new delivery is organized. Shiryuki portal. While all portals are updated and continue operational, these plasma sources running on very similar components such as the Pelorian flowers, the Shiryuki portals, also known as travel portals, remain mostly unattended due to spore docks being shut down. Apart from Spore Dock 1 on Nayashka Site 28. All Neyashka spores are now sent to the spore docks via shuttles connected to Toledo portals containing old Jutki technology. All Shiryuki portals are in the process of being shut down. While metallic objects don't react very well when passing through the Shiryuki portals, Neyashka spores present no defects upon transit. Shuttle or chute systems have been installed at most Neyashka heater chambers to deliver spores to connect Teyata portals to Spore Dock 1 using Shiryuki portals. So that's where the chute portal was, I want to say. Updates are currently unavailable while working to tweak and fix the plasma technology for these specific portals. These are Jalud portals, which I need to take a drink on before we go further. There we go. While Jalud crafts can depart directly from Ulage and travel to destinations on Neyyah, certain restricted access areas require a portal for Jalud travel, such as the Sky Chamber. These portals are known as Jalud portals, and each Neyashka site will have a Jalud portal built at a specific location, usually a Lab HQ sector. They require transportation towers to operate, requiring 2 signals. Lastly, the Meorta Tube Portal. Meorta Tube Portals, also known as Meorta Gas Portals or Tube Portals, are fairly powerful devices operated by using a poisonous toxic gas called Meorta, found in caves on the southern mountain ranges of Ulage, where Benoxi dragons still dwell. Benoxi are dragons, good to know. That's why the thing looks like a dragon on the system. A Paeta is also required to operate them, and the activation can be done remotely to where the portal will open. On Ulage, they are usually built in dangerous areas, offering a means of escape. Whoops, I still wanted to read so much more in there, because that was just portal activity.